Many times in our majalis we are asked to recite an ayat of the Qur'an. We commonly call this ayat the Amman Yujibu. But what is Amman Yujibu? It is simply a confirmation that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one who truly listens to the soul that is distressed and removes for it all afflictions. We recite Amman Yujibu directly from the Quran. We plead to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We confirm with total belief that dua is fulfilled only by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The ayah asks, can there be another God besides Allah? أَمَّنْ يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ. We find in the Quran that when the prophets did the dua, they fully relied on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The hope and strength the prophets felt in their supplications to Allah should be felt by all believers when they repeat the same supplications directly from the Quran. Allah yataqabbal qabul basha. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. On the day of Ashura, we remember the martyrdom of this brave husband and wife who gave everything for their Imam. When Abdullah ibn Umayr heard that Imam al-Hussein stood alone, he left everything behind. His wife Wahab looked at him and said, "Take me with you." Together they rode to Karbala. On the battlefield, Abdullah fought like a lion. Even after his fingers were cut off, he refused to retreat. Then Wahab picked up a tent pole, rushed towards her husband and cried out, "May my father and mother be sacrificed for you. Defend the family of the Messenger of Allah." Abdullah gently led her back toward the women, but she clung to his garment and said, "I will never leave you until I am martyred beside you." Then Imam al-Hussein came to her and said, "May Allah reward you. Please return to the women, as fighting has not been made obligatory upon you." So she obeyed. Abdullah continued defending his Imam until he was finally martyred. When Wahab saw her husband's lifeless body, she rushed to him, wiped the dust off his face and whispered, "May paradise be blessed for you. I ask Allah to reunite me with you there." Moments later, Shimr ordered his slave to strike her with a tent pole, fulfilling Wahab's wish to be martyred beside the husband she loved so much. While serving the Imam, they both loved even more. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. How has Karbala even helped Islam? Imam Hussein was martyred, his family was taken captive, so where is the victory? No revolution in human history has had the impact of the revolution of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Karbala shook the world. It gave honor to the truth, dignity to humanity, and became the eternal symbol of standing against oppression, injustice, and corruption. And his message is still alive. But what exactly did Imam Hussein's revolution achieve? First, it saved Islam. The Umayyads were slowly replacing the Islam of Prophet Muhammad with a religion that served their own power. Imam Hussein sacrificed everything to stop that. Through his martyrdom, Islam was revived. And that's why Imam Zayn al-Abidin alayhi salam said, "When you hear the adhan and iqamah, you know the real victor was." Second, it defeated the Umayyads. They maybe have won the battle, but they definitely have lost their legitimacy. Karbala exposed their true nature. The empire that looked untouchable began to collapse from within, and eventually the Umayyad dynasty fell. Third, it revealed the true status of the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Their patience, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment to the truth showed the whole Muslim world who the true leaders of this ummah were. Love and respect for the Ahlul Bayt spread like never before. Fourth, it strengthened the Shia school. Karbala made the message of the Ahlul Bayt unmistakably clear. Their teachings became preserved, their identity became defined, and their followers became united around the principles of Imam. Fifth, Instead of fear and division, Karbala created unity, purpose and determination. People who had remained silent now stood together on one call. Ya Farat al-Hussein, it awakened society. People stopped accepting oppression as normal. Karbala transformed fear into courage, silence into resistance, and submission into the pursuit of justice. Seventh, it inspired generations. Poetry, literature, lectures, and gatherings all became very powerful ways of preserving the message of Karbala. Even today, millions continue to learn its lessons through Muharram and the majalis of Abdullah al-Hussein. And eighth, it kept the revolution alive. Karbala didn't end on Ashura. It sparked uprising after uprising against tyranny, from the movement of the Tawabin to Mukhtar, and many revolutions after them. The spirit of Imam al-Hussein continued to shake unjust rulers. Now ask yourself, am I a Husseini or am I a Yazidi?